it actually irks me to no end when I see top players or like players who consider themselves top players shitting on things like this on Twitter because that's not going to grow our game.
Yeah.
You're only good
Mhm.
because other players get to come. You were a player like this once. So like don't forget where you came from.
That's true.
Like
That's true.
don't fucking forget where you came from. And like some of you who are talking shit on Twitter have never day 2 to regionals and you know exactly who I'm talking about. So stop talking shit on Twitter. Like let these like I'm taking a direct call out because you should not be talking shit on Twitter when you literally have not day 2 to regionals. Like, come on, man. Like
Yo, what up, guys? Welcome to Faded Town, #1 Pokemon podcast in the world. These are facts. Look them up in a book. Google it. Pokestats it. Maybe. I don't know. We're anti-Tate. No, just play. Make sure you like, subscribe, do all the cool stuff. Like, only like 50% of you are watching this without being subscribed. Like, I don't know what your issue is. You can DM me if you have a problem. I can instruct you on how to hit the button. It's pretty easy. If you're on your mobile, I'm pretty sure it's like a big red button. If you have a mouse, you have no excuses, guys. So, like, get in there. Let's get that done. I wanna shout out. I know we do a shout out to the people that commented last week, but I think like last week I had to do the solo one because it was just a shitty week, and I got a lot of very wholesome comments from a lot of people. I got DMs from a lot of people. I did that podcast at like 2 a.m. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. A lot of people thought I was super sad. I'm like, I rewatched it. I'm like, I do sound super sad, but like, it was a tough one. But I really appreciate everyone. Like, it's crazy how much like we try to spread positivity, and then like you guys just fed it right back to me, and like it's crazy. Like, we need each other. Like, people need each other. Like, it's insane to think that people listen to this and they're like, dude, this fool is depressed. I need to hit him up. I'm like, it actually feels good. It's crazy. But like everything, like the positivity that I see in our community is just great. Sure, we talk shit about people and stuff, but at the end of the day, our goal is to spread as much positivity as possible throughout this journey, and we need people just need people, to be honest. Like, it's just crazy. Just imagine getting all your goals and no one likes you. Like, there's no point at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So working together, like, you win worlds and there's no one to cheer for you. Like, what did you win worlds? Like, no, who cares? But yeah, that's what we're here for, and I really appreciate everyone who commented last week. When you hit me up with the DMs, that was real dope. I really appreciate it. But this is gonna be it's been a better week. We've come to a more stable, hopefully, internet source, computer. It'll probably shut off. Let's be real. You'll probably see a little cut in this, and you'll know that it shut off and I started back up, but maybe not. And we're back on schedule. I know I didn't have a one-on-one, but I'm working on stuff, dudes. I have a website going. I guess we're doing merch, guys. We're gonna do merch. I wasn't going to do it, and then, I don't know, it just decided we're going to do it. So it's going to push the website back a little bit because I want to launch it all at once. But it's coming. The shirts are coming in like in a few days. I'm going to have them all. I'm doing everything locally. I picked out the shirts. They're good. Like, they're good material. I don't want, before I did it on like one of these stupid websites where they do everything for you, and it just came out trash. And I'm like, I don't want to put out trash merch, especially if people want to buy it. So I'm doing everything pretty much myself. I have a local guy. He's screen printing it all. So it should come out really dope. and you'll hear more about it once the website's up and stuff. And then I also have the other project that I haven't announced that still in the works. It's on hold right now because of the merch situation. I want everything to kind of line up together, but that's in the works too. Just know, the days that I'm missing this podcast on Mondays, it's really, there's just a lot of stuff going on. But next week we got Franco coming on. He's gonna break down how Japan really dealt with the uptick of prices on Pokemon cards and what they did. So that I think that's a great subject right now because Logan Paul just fucking decided to put out another video about how he bought $2 million worth of Pokemon cards and he's gonna break one like every month, and it's just gonna the prices on Pokemon is just not going down, guys. So let's see what Franco has to say on Monday about that, and that'll be good. But for today, dude, we're back with the Pokemon breakdown. We got Isaiah, we got Rahul, and we're in here. Like the news wise, it's for like Pokemon game, it's not too much. Everyone's playing Player Cup 3, except me. I'm still not. I'm still traumatized, but we're waiting it out. But I see Isaiah's got a stream almost every night. I've been hanging out in there. It's good content. Rahul's streaming. He's streaming every night.
What? I've never streamed in my life. Don't expose me like this.
Oh, okay. Do we have to talk about that one stream you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that stream. We don't want to talk about that stream.
No, but actually, like, thank you guys all for the support. I haven't been streaming very consistently, obviously, but because of Players Cup, I've been maybe live like 3 times this last week. I've been averaging like 50 people, which is nuts, because like I literally disappeared. Like I fell off the face of the earth for like 7 months.
It happens.
So it's pretty cool to have everyone come by. And like, I don't know, it's cool.
That was your TikTok. Sorry.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, no, thank you everybody for coming by and being homies for the stream stuff.
Yeah.
Especially. I'm well on track to qualify. I don't know how you're doing, Isaiah. I have 69 rep with 19 keys to go.
Sure, dude. Sure.
Well, bro, I had to lose the top 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Isaiah's on track. I've been watching his stuff. He's fun.
Yeah, 10 keys gone, and I'm at 28, I think. So
You're
also
big chillin',
on track to get there.
I think in terms of how things are going, it looks like more people are competing this time or participating overall.
Yeah.
So I think last time, because the
I
cutoff
agree.
was 89, my current ballpark estimate is 92 to 94 is what you need at the bottom.
Yeah, I would say that 95 is where you want to be. You should try to aim for 95 keys, and then
95 to 100
as close
is
to
where
there
you
as you
want
can.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
In terms of decks, I don't know what you've been playing, Isaiah. I saw that the 179 repper Alex Szymanski destroyed 50 tournaments with his Scorch list, which is very simple. It's not a very complicated list whatsoever. It's good though. I would try it. I would take it. I would learn it. If you want one deck to one trick, I've earned most of my rep with ADP. Most of my bottom 8s have been with Pika. I don't really like playing Pika.
I was just gonna say I've only played ADP. That's what all of my keys have been.
Yeah, ADP
and that's
is
what all of mine are
good.
going to be.
Are you on?
Because I
Sorry,
was looking. I was looking at Celios because he made that video with top 25 people, and none of them have ADP in their list as like a top.
That's because a lot of top players haven't played yet.
One of them does. John is there. John is there with ADP.
Oh yeah. John Ang.
But John's the only ADP.
I guarantee you players will with some of the people on that list. No offense to anybody on that list. You guys earned your spot. But I know a lot of players who have not played their keys out yet, and they are slowly climbing into that list. Yeah. And I know I have shit on ADP in the past. I don't even agree with Isaiah's list. I think our lists are like 5 cards off. But I think the deck is inherently incredibly powerful. I'm actually gonna pull up your list right now so I can argue with you. But
I love it.
I just think in a general sense the deck is incredibly good in the BO1 format, and me and Isaiah are both on the same track of mind where we're not playing hammers because you don't need hammers to win games.
Let's go.
I think actually we're literally
we're
literally one card off. I'm not trolling. We're 1 card off.
What are you playing?
Really? I know you play Swell. Is that the 1 card?
Oh
Swell?
no, 2 cards off. 2 cards off. I'm trolling.
Okay. You don't play Vitality Band, right? You play Swell and Big Charm?
No, I play Vitality Band. I'm playing third water instead of third spinner, and I'm playing Swell instead of fourth E-switch. That's it.
Okay, yeah, the water spinner is literally that's basically
Perfect.
the same slot. You can switch that if you want, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I think you just take Isaiah's list, copy paste it, or mine that I just talked about here, and then you run it. Like I've been playing Swell because I've been seeing a lot more Senti Scorch and stuff like that, and Baby Blondes, and having Swell against Baby Blondes is like pretty instrumental in my opinion, or they can run away with that turn 2 knockout. Yeah. So because of what I've been seeing at the times I've been playing, I've been adapting my list accordingly. So I think in a general sense, like just play, and Vitality Band, I know everyone's like, why Vitality Band? Big Charm gives you more value, but Mewtwo is kind of a pain in the ass, so I'd like to just kill it.
Yeah, and also one big thing is I talked about in my article how you play Vitality Band because if you needed to kill Reshizard against Centiskorch, and then some people are asking, well, if you play Vitality Band, then they're just not going to bench Reshizard, and that's fine. The problem is if you don't play Vitality Band, you cannot beat a Reshizard.
Correct.
So you need to play it just so that if they go for it, you win. Even if my opponent never benches Reshizard when I have Vitality Band, that's still better than me just losing to them going Welder and attacking with Reshizard. Mm-hmm. So that's why I play Vitality Band. Even though it might not come in for that use, it essentially does. It essentially works as it's supposed to because they can't use that Reshizard path when otherwise they would just take 5 prize cards and basically win the game instantly.
Yeah. Also, my explanation for lack of hammers is also that, like, I don't know. I think those 4 slots can be used for anything else, man. Like, I get losing to hammer sucks, and that's fine. But like, I don't need to limit myself as a player and play hammers. Like,
hammers are okay. I think that people hate on hammers a little bit too much.
I agree.
I think that the media has kind of made it so people hate on hammers. There have been some tweets that have said ridiculous things like playing Crushing Hammer tells your opponent you don't want to use skill to win the game, and I think that's just not. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, Crushing Hammer is the same as any other card. Flip cards have been good for literally forever. Like Super Scoop Up, Roller Skates, Order Pad, Pokemon Catcher. Hypnotoxic Laser is not a very good example because that card was broken without the coin flip. But
you also had Toad, in that format.
Yeah, you have so many flip cards that have been good just because the effect is powerful. So Crushing Hammer is definitely annoying because it interacts with your opponent, but you can't hate on the card that much. The card is good in some decks, and people playing it doesn't make them any worse. Now, I don't think the card is very good in any deck that's not Pikarom.
I agree.
But I think the card is good in Pikarom. So, anyways, rant over. I agree with Rahul. I think that hammers just don't belong in ADP, but I do think it's kind of ridiculous how much people hate on people for playing hammers. There are much worse cards to put in your deck than hammer, in my opinion. So,
also you can also tech your decks and build them to beat hammer. For example, Chip sent me a Eternatus Rose list, and I actually was beating people because they'd go like hammer, and that was their only play, and I'd be like, Rose, die, you lose. I'm not going to share the list because it's not mine, but Trainer Chip probably has it on his Twitter / YouTube or whatever, so check that out there.
Yeah, it's on his Twitter for sure.
Yeah.
That stuff's down below, just so everyone knows.
Yeah, check it there. Obviously, I'm not going to share it or take credit for it or anything because it's not mine. Chip just sent it to me. It looked fun as hell, so I played it. I actually think I averaged 2 rep with it, which I think is funny as hell. Which, ironically, I lost games because I would miss energy, and I played 10 in the deck or something, and it's I'm like, the game is just trolling me at certain points, but that's fine. But that happens with anything. The game sometimes hard trolls you, but you only remember the bottom 10% that you get trolled, but not the top 10% you high roll.
True. That's so true.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you always remember your bad beats, but you never remember when you got that. Oh, perfect hand, turn 1. Oh, I started my one of that I really need to start. Thank you. But I did it 5 times in a row, but I don't want to talk about that. This guy hit 2 hammers on me. This is bullshit.
Yeah, also one more thing, one quick thing on hammers. Another thing that people say about hammers is that hammers are just they're a trash card and they do nothing. And that view of hammer is just kind of ignorant because Crushing Hammer has an insane impact on the game. Even if you don't like the card, it will change games depending on the flip in certain points. Even if your opponent doesn't get lucky on hammers, just 1 or 2 hammerheads can make you whiff. So the card is not completely irrelevant in your deck. It does do something, and it has a very real effect. Whether that effect is worth it, that's another discussion. But it does have a very real drawback to your opponent. It's not just a useless card.
I did see it. I seen those tweets. I seen. You had the freaking Kid Brigade just attacking this kid. You had John Egg, you had Xander, and you had Isaiah. They were all going at him like, "Are you sure, dude? Do you have proof on this?" I'm like, "Dude, if you got these people telling you got problems, you probably just erase that tweet. That tweet's probably bad." I'm just gonna have to throw that one out.
I don't know, man.
It was funny, but I don't know. Twitter's been pretty. Like,
and no offense to anyone that is making these tweets, of course. Like whenever I comment, I try to be very discussion based, not offensive at all. Yeah. But but yeah, I'm not trying to diss you or anything. Just saying my take on that. And sorry, continue, Zach.
No, you're good. Yeah, Isaiah always comes at people with the most respect. Probably any player. If it was me coming at you, it'd be a little different. It'd be like. That's why you don't see me do hot takes on Twitter very often. I watch them and I let people with a lot more respect and a lot more notoriety argue the right argument, and then I look at it and I read both sides, and then I move on with my life, and then I come on this podcast and we talk about it. All right, guys, but no disrespect. Yeah. I think everyone's entitled to their own opinions, but some of the stuff you say, you put out on Twitter, guys, is pretty bold. You got pretty bold statements, and it is what it is. Just win your player cup games, and we'll be fine. You don't have to deal with anybody. Yeah, I mean, if you can back it up, it is what it is. If we look, Expanded got 2 unbanned cards, which, I mean, I don't think it impacts the game too much. I think they're very justified on reasoning to unban them. We got Wally coming back because we don't have a turn 1 supporter rule anymore. And then we had Lusamine come back because we banned out Lieutenant Surge anyways. So Lusamine might have be the better card in that situation. People might find a better reason to use it. But without Surge, it might not be as toxic as it was. But other than that, I don't know. Do you guys think of anything that really impacts the game with those 2 cards coming back?
Well, I want to talk for a minute because the Lusamine ban makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Like, it literally makes no sense.
The card being
unbanned.
Being unbanned?
No, I'm saying unbanned. Okay, because I think the card being banned is fine. It was banned before Surge ever got into contact with it, or maybe it wasn't banned before Surge. I'm pretty sure it was banned before
Surge got put in.
No. There was 2 because we had
Zorotoad?
What's it called? Roanoke. We had Roanoke and Portland with it, but it wasn't played in any decks together because decks just had a Ranger in that time. So Lusamine wasn't really banned because of Surge. I think it was just banned because it had like the synergy was just too good, right? You can Lusamine for Lusamine that's really broken. Decks like Toad Zorak kind of use it to its fullest potential. So I don't think the card was really banned because, I mean, Surge Lusamine is just a VS Seeker. That's not super broken just at that point. But I just don't really understand why they unbanned it. I know that they did it to match it up with Japan, and I'm pretty sure that's the only reason they did it. But it's just kind of funny to me because the card seemed like a justified ban. So I don't really understand why they decided to unban it now when, I mean, there's not really any reason to. Nothing has changed in that Lusamine can still Lusamine back a Lusamine. Wally makes complete sense because of the turn 1 rule, but I'm just kind of confused on why they decided to unban Lusamine without even eradicating it or anything. It just, I don't know, it just seemed kind of out of place. It was just kind of there.
Yeah, so I saw Christopher Szymanski's tweet, and I believe it said something like BO1, like the Lusamine and being unbanned in Japan makes sense.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's BO1 untimed, but in NA, we have BO3 50 minutes timed. So there's going to be a lot of time.
I think isn't Japan actually like super strict on time, and at least in their tournaments? I think it's like BO120. But
sorry, no ties. That's what I meant. No ties.
Oh, okay.
You cannot tie in a BO1. So now we introduce Lusamine into a format where, sure, we don't have as many stall cards, but there's possibility for degenerate combos. I don't really know how it's going to impact a lot of things. We did have Lusamine for a couple of tournaments with Surge, but nothing like Isaiah said, there was better cards to be played at the time. It just didn't have like a degenerate combo at the time that really existed. I mean, most of it's maybe already gone too also, so maybe we're okay, but I don't see a reason for it to be unbanned. That being said, I'm going to segue that into a conversation about our ban list is going to look identical or close to identical to Japan, which means potential, if not a strong possibility, that Tropical Beach ends up on the ban list.
It got unbanned in Japan.
What? When?
Yeah, I don't know, but I was reading because Mikey commented and he was like, "Oh, Beach is gonna get banned, right?" And then someone commented an article that said Beach got unbanned. At least I read that on Puka's tweets, because I think it was Puka's tweet, because Puka tweeted they're gonna sync up the ban list, and then someone commented that Beach got unbanned.
Well, don't sell your beaches then. Hold them.
Yeah, keep your beaches. With Lusamine, that does that bring back the infinite loop? With Lusamine,
well, I mean,
Lusamine, I remember that was the biggest issue.
Lusamine can Lusamine itself. That's always going to be an infinite loop. But I mean, I do agree. I don't think the card is gonna like be super amazing. I think it's a really. I mean, it's obviously insane for stall decks, right? Stall's already one of the top things in the game, and it currently only had Bunnelby to bring back its resources. But now, if you try to sit back against stall and wait a little bit, they can Lusamine back their resources. So it does make stall a lot better. Even just stall, all those kind of stall decks. But other than that, I mean, that's what it's going to have the biggest impact anyways, I guess. So saying other than that is kind of redundant. Yeah. But I'm not sure if it's going to be a huge impact. It's probably fine. I mean, it's going to make the game a bit more interesting. The biggest thing is going to be if a deck like Toad Zork can be good again, because that deck was just you slowed your opponent down and then you used Lusamine to reuse your supporters over and over again. But so I don't think it's like a huge problem. But it's fine. I mean, the card was banned because you can get it back with itself. It was just not a great design. So I don't think there was an inherent combo, it wasn't banned for a combo. It was just banned because of that design. So I'm not sure if that's going to be any better this time, but we'll have to see. So.
Right. Because like last time we looked at Expanded, there was, I don't know how I think we said there was like 8 stall decks in the top 10.
Yeah.
And now we're going to throw Lusamine in there and go, let's see if this makes it better. I don't know. It's hard to tell because we don't really have big expanded tournaments. We don't really have tournaments.
We'll see what happens when things come back.
But
yeah,
worst comes to worst, they ban it again. That's all.
Yeah, true.
People say whatever they want.
Well,
they just ban it again.
I don't know if we're gonna ever convince Japan to ban it. So maybe it won't be banned. But yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. We'll have to go over there and show them the real power of this city. This is how we do it. Other than that, like we had a bunch of like weird Pokemon news. There's a collab with Levi, which I wasn't a big fan of. Rahul did a TikTok on it a week ago, and I didn't see it, and he stopped talking to me because of it, and I'm sorry about that, Rahul. I'll make sure I watch all your TikToks. But yeah, that was the thing. It didn't look great. Pokemon plushies are just flying off the shelves. Everyone's getting banned from the Pokemon website. I don't know. Pokemon news is real. But if you work at McDonald's, Jenks, dude, I'm sorry. I feel bad for you.
He is no longer working at McDonald's.
Oh, he's not? He's out, thank God. Because McDonald's is about to get blown up. Like, could you imagine being working there? Like, if those people that want to collect all 50, they're going to get like 90 fucking Happy Meals.
So it's sealed packs, and you get 1 holo and 3 non-holos in each one. So at this point, you're basically gambling.
Yes.
And which is fine. But for people who, like me, don't give a shit about the promos, I'm going to grab a couple of these packs and probably hold them for 10 years and see what happens.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. There you go. There's some good advice if you just don't open them. Don't go search. How about we don't go through the drive-thru 37 times, guys? How about that? How about we get our 1 pack and we just keep it, and we don't worry about a master set of McDonald's promos.
You can just ask to buy the cards individually.
You can?
Yeah, $1.99.
I was just gonna say, I'm pretty sure you can just mass order either the cards or the Happy Meals. Yeah, you
From
can.
where? From where?
Because now that everything's like delivery, so it's from McDonald's.
Okay.
Like
From McDonald's. Mm-hmm.
So they're just gonna be out.
Yeah.
They're just gonna be out of them.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as they go
I'm
out.
confident that if people have friends already,
Yeah.
that they already are out of stuff.
Okay, maybe it's not bad for the employees. You're just not gonna get it. No one's getting any. Good job, guys. Welcome. And we're all blaming Logan Paul. All right, that's what we're doing at this point.
Yeah, the man who's opening $2 million worth. What is it now?
Yeah.
Of base set boxes.
Yeah, which I'm gonna watch. Dude, it's crazy.
I'll watch.
It's insane because like in my head, I'm like I'm a competitive player. I don't care. But whenever I see someone pull a Charizard, in me I go, yeah, woo! And I'm like, I catch myself. I'm like, what am I doing? It's like,
it's hype. It's hype.
it's so hype. It's insane how hype it is. And I'm like, but I don't care. Like I don't care, but obviously I care. It's like unconsciously I care. I'm like, oh god, that was super dope. And like just seeing like Steve Aoki and like all these people just get so hyped over Pokemon pulls. It's just insane. It's like it's just crazy to me. I don't know, and it's not going anywhere, guys, which is dope.
Yeah.
One day we'll get Logan Paul in here. One day, just
Yeah, sure.
just subscribe, guys. Make sure you're subscribed. You don't want to miss that episode.
We believe.
Yeah, everyone at Logan Paul in the comments, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, at Logan Paul, please. Dude, even just give me 5 minutes. I don't need a full podcast. I don't need an hour. I need 5 minutes. Just let's talk Pokemon for 5 minutes, dude. I'm down. All right. Did you hear that? I think he listens. Everyone listens.
Yep. He's
obviously.
a listener. It's the best Pokemon podcast. I mean, how else would you find out about Pokemon?
Also, I have a gripe with Elon Musk. I'm going to need you to stop tweeting out Dogecoin information before I have access to Dogecoin. All right. Everything's so fucked up in that community. I'm trying to buy some. I'm not paying the 5 cents right now. I think it's at 4 cents right now. I need it to drop back down to 1.
And it's been fluctuating a lot today.
Yes, he needs to chill, dude. He needs to chill. I'm all for going to the moon, guys. I'm all for it. Just let me get on. Let me get on the ship before we go to the moon. All right? I can't. If you're listening to this for your stock advice, you're in the wrong place. I'm just saying some bro science stuff here, but I'm just saying, dude, get my Doge up. Let me get some Dogecoin, and then we'll take it to the moon. All right. I know Elon listens. Everyone listens, guys. So if I don't want these comments down below like, dude, Logan Paul doesn't listen to your podcast. Oh, Elon Musk. You guys are just wrong. That's all I'm saying. All right, y'all crazy. What else we got? I think we had a few tournaments. There's still tournaments going on Limitless. Just so everyone understands this. I don't know. Someone messaged me is there only like Player Cup 3 stuff? And I'm like, no, dude. There's like nothing stopped. Like we can. There's tournaments every day. Just head over to Limitless. Links down below. Playing these tournaments. They're fun.
There's like 4 or 5 tournaments every day.
Yeah. So, and there's still that team challenge thing. Just so everyone knows. Make sure if you want to participate in that, figure that out. I don't have links down below, but there's still it's still going on. So
the major was last week, right? So we didn't get to talk about that yet.
Oh yeah. The Limitless one. I signed up for it and I slept through. Yes, that one.
Yes, that one. That is the one. Yeah.
Who won that?
I don't know who it is, but it's a Scorch player.
I played though. It was fun.
Yeah, you lost your running in, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rip.
Yeah, I think. Sam Chen was right, dude. We're lucky that we have Isaiah on this fucking podcast because they would just be learning how to come just too short. That's what me and Rahul are in. We're in the. Actually, I'm way further down. I'm not gonna put Rahul in my category, but we're in the. I'm in the. We freaking don't know what we're doing anymore, and Rahul's kind of in the same area as. Just too short, you know. It's all right.
Bro, I've been on recently.
Have you? You lost your winning in, dude. That's pretty.
It doesn't matter. I lost my winning in not because I played bad. I lost my winning because of
I'm not saying you're playing bad. If that's what you took from me. No, I'm just. You don't have to play bad just to come short. All right.
Yeah. I played E-turn. I played E-turn no hammers. So.
Isn't that the right way?
Good job.
I don't. That's what I'm hearing.
No, but people continue to play E-turn. Yes, it's the right way to play it. But if in mirror they play hammers, you're unfortunately fucked.
Yeah.
Which is what happened to me.
Yeah, you have to draw. You draw high. I mean, you can stamp them sometimes because their deck's usually pretty bad, but yeah, you need to like get power excel and then they can like kill you. But
no.
Other than mirror, it's pretty bad.
I lost a Cole as well and stuff.
Excadrill got second, which was a deck that's not been played very much. So something to note.
Is that the mill Excadrill or is that the one?
Yeah.
No, the attacking one.
The attacking one. Okay.
Well, it mills yourself. 11th hour tackle order.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Isn't there one that like mills your opponent? Isn't there extra that mills your opponent?
No, you get to put 4 items back in.
There's a control deck. There's a control Excadrill, but this Excadrill discards the top 4 cards of your own deck and does 120. Okay. And that's what the deck does.
That's pretty cool. I don't know. I think like I'm kind of bored with this format. Obviously, I've been talking shit about this format for a while, but I think it's really cool because when CeeLo did put that top 25 thing up, there was a lot of different decks, which is nice. It's always nice to see a lot of people play different stuff. But there's always that argument that diversity doesn't mean a good format, which I agree, but I think it's a good start. I think it's a good start of a good format if we can get some diversity. I was watching.
It's more interesting, no matter if it's good.
Yeah. Let's be real. Every time there's some weird deck in a regional that's doing well, everyone just cheers for that person to win. It's like, oh god, this guy's playing Growlithe or something. I hope he wins.
Yep.
But I don't know. Dude, I just want events back, dude. I hope you're right with this player top 4 thing, and let's get back into events. Because like if we get, I can't promise anyone, dude. If we get to April, the end of April, I might just be a Pokemon photographer at this point, and my career might be over. So,
Pokemon Snap?
Yeah, dude. I'm getting a new PC. I'm gonna go hard. I think if the new Pokemon Snap is like the old Pokemon Snap, where like you take a picture and you compare it to other pictures and you get a score, and it's like good content. Like, I'm gonna stream the shit out of that. I think I'm gonna go like hard, and go, cause dude, I love that game. So if it's streamable, if it's just like a playthrough where like you took a picture and you collected all the Pokemon, there's no like point system to get the best picture, then obviously like how much content can you really get out of that? But if there is a point system, I think it'd be dope. And then like on the website, we could have like a area where everyone could post their favorite Pokemon Snap pictures, dude. My head's just going. I can't wait.
It's all coming together.
It's all coming together. But I'm hoping we get back to Pokemon playing at some point before I'm too invested in Pokemon Snap, guys. Who knows? I don't even know. I think that the card game is it's in a good spot. I think a lot of people are having fun with Player Cup 3. I think there's a lot of people that don't know it's happening, so make sure that you go. All you have to do is go to your events. There's a thing that says, I think it says like Player Cup 3, and it has a bunch of keys. So if you're not participating, you don't know how to participate in it, just go to your event tab on PTCGO, and you'll be able to find it there. Yeah, guys.
One thing that we didn't talk about yet is I don't think we did, was the like Pokemon Academy thing that aired today.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because there was some hot takes on
Twitch.
Not really hot takes. I think there was one wrong take, and then
what they say. I didn't watch very much of it, but I tuned in for like 10 minutes, and then Ellis was like, pick your favorite Pokemon to build your deck, and then I saw her build a Samurott deck with what was it? It was Samurott with Frostmoth, and then I was gone.
Yeah. So the idea behind this kind of content is not that it's meant for
For
us.
competitive.
Like we're
Yeah,
not going
yeah,
to we're not getting any content aimed at us. And like Pokemon has made that very clear that the game is not catered for highly competitive players. The game is meant to try to introduce more and more players, as we've seen with the open and all these things that are making introduction to new players. So it actually irks me to no end when I see top players or like players who consider themselves top players shitting on things like this on Twitter, because that's not going to grow our game.
Yeah.
You're only good
Mhm.
because other players get to come. You were a player like this once. So like don't forget where you came from.
That's true.
Like
That's true.
don't fucking forget where you came from. And like some of you who are talking shit on Twitter have never day 2'd regionals, and you know exactly who I'm talking about. So stop talking shit on Twitter. Like let these like I'm taking a direct call out because you should not be talking shit on Twitter when you literally have not day 2'd regionals. Like come on, man. Like
I'm with you.
that is not cool.
It's not.
Like
Yeah,
You're-
this is, I
you're
mean, this is a good thing for the game. I mean, they weren't saying this is how to do well at events. They were saying this is how you should build a deck, and it was a fine deck building process. They obviously weren't building a very good deck. I mean, they're building a deck around like Samurott, right? So the deck's not going to be very good, but the deck list was fine.
The way they explained everything was great. It doesn't matter, especially when you're talking to a new player. If you make a shitty
when you talk
deck,
to a new player and you say like ADP and peak ROM and stuff like that, they're going to have difficulty understanding the synergy because they still don't understand how to build a deck. But when you can start with the basic bare bones of the game, like that's why those like 2-player build-a-battle decks that used to exist, I thought those were really cool because they would like legitimately like introduce this level of
I agree.
knowledge, because it would play out the turns because it would have cards numbered out and it would play
they
out
would
the
literally
game.
play out the entire game for you, and then you could kind of understand what you were doing. I thought those were super
Correct.
cool as well.
Yeah, and like I don't know, like I don't know what more you could want. Pokemon is already printing us these like ADP and like peak ROM decks like that and like trainer toolkits. That's for you guys competitive. That's for us. Like I'm happy with that, but I'm also happy that they are like Ellis was incredibly. I think Ellis was phenomenal at how she explained like the deck building process. Like
that was the best part of it. Is like I know if you're a competitive player and you're looking at that and you're like, oh, why are we talking about non-competitive cards? That wasn't the point. The point was to teach you how to build a deck. And the way she like even explained like why you play only a 1 of this card, because it's only good at the end of the game. Like that is like the content doesn't get any better. Like
it's knowledge that you
can take that and move it to a competitive deck and go, oh, I went over to Celio Networks, looked at his, and was like, oh, now I understand why he only plays 1 of these cards. Like,
so to personally explain, like I have been getting, which is super awesome for me. Like I've been getting people messaging me on TikTok, like asking to learn how to play. So I've had a couple of like one-on-ones, like just like Discord calls and stuff with people who are newer, and obviously they don't have like insane cards. They have stuff like, you know, like your Hatterines, like your Gardevoir that they pulled out of like a whatever. And so like I explained the deck building process to them. I explained like what these certain cards do, and like Ellis did it basically like how I did it, and like it felt really refreshing because like I've been doing this for like the last week with some people who are like part of other communities. Like there's someone who I helped who's part of like the art community, and she has like 600,000 followers. And she was like, I'm really interested in learning the game. Like, I've been collecting cards with like my boyfriend for years, blah, blah, blah. Like, do you think you could sit down with me for like an hour and like explain the deck building process? And I explained, like, I didn't bash on her for not having cards. I was like, oh, you have 4 Sonias. You should put those in a deck for this reason. Like, that kind of stuff. Like, these cards should belong in these decks for this reason. Like, and I explained like the fundamentals. Yeah.
Especially to a new player, just explaining why these cards are used and how you should use them is way more important than to throw a competitive deck at someone and go, play this. That doesn't
and I
help
wasn't
them.
I wasn't like, hey, blah blah blah. Like this is like what you need with the deck. I was like, hey, okay, so what happened that game? Like we played a game, and I was like, so what happened that game? Like what were you missing? Like what was the issue? And she's like, I had trouble finding Pokemon. I was like, so what should we do? What should we up our count of? And she's like, well, I have a couple of Great Balls. Should I put them in? I was like, yeah, that seems like that'd be a logical solution.
Yes.
Like you let people make their own conclusion, but at the same time, you like, I don't know, like explain to them what the pieces are, because the PTCGO deck builder puts in 20 and says like, have a good time.
Yeah, it's kind of like that saying that's like, give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, teach him how to fish. It's that like you're teaching them how to build a deck instead of handing them an ADP list and saying, play. Sure, the person with the ADP list can go and play and he'll be fine, but if he ever wants to play anything else,
As a new player, I would have killed to have these
anything.
resources in my deck.
Yeah.
I would have killed to have these resources.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
I've mentioned this multiple times to people who've watched the cast. Like, I played Pokeball at Nationals, my first Nationals.
Let's see.
And I still went 8-1 because deck building and like that was all just like a mystery to everyone back then.
Yeah.
If it back like before 2015, 2016, it wasn't were you the better player? It was did you have the better deck like 90% of the time.
Yeah.
So like I don't know, like be grateful for everything, and I'm super grateful that Pokemon is putting these initiatives in to do things. So
yeah, it's a step into growing the game. Like we sit here and bash over like on Twitter, on YouTube channels and stuff about how Pokemon doesn't care about the game. They finally do something like put out like actual like YouTube content on teaching people how to play the game, and we want to fucking cry about that too. Can we just stop? Can we just stop crying? Like,
if you're being negative on Twitter about this stuff and not about actual problems, you're part of the problem. And I hope you fucking eat a dick.
Just keep that shit in a group chat. Like it's perfectly fine if you
like
feel that
enjoy
way.
your 30 seconds of clout. There's no reason to put that negativity on social media.
I don't know. Like
because like when we go back to events, I'm not gonna forget the people that said this stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of
like don't try to change your personality when we get back to events. Like, and I know some of you people that are tweeting like this are not actually like this in person, but doing this for clout or whatever, and I don't like that. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Act like you would in person. Like Isaiah never
cry about, or I wouldn't even say it's all. There's a lot of people that just cry. There's always something to cry about, and I think it brings a lot of attention to people. And I just hope everyone isn't that.
I mean, negativity usually gets more responses.
Yeah, I hope you're not that thirsty for attention. That you just have to
have your 30 seconds of clout.
Yeah, it is what it is. I hate ending like the podcast on shitty notes like this, but I have to go to work, guys, and so we're gonna end it. Yeah. We're gonna end it on that. But again, spread the positivity. If you ever have questions about the game or anything, you can DM any of us. If you want to deck build, I'm not the best right now, so probably don't DM me. But these guys will help you deck build. The links to like all the resources that we.
I think there was a Magic player that like messaged Isaiah. He also messaged me. He was telling me he was working with him. He was really cool. Yeah. He was like it was interesting to see his thought process coming from another game. He was very receptive to like information and stuff, and that was like really cool to see.
I think he messaged me too, and I told him the same thing. I'm like, I'm just not in the headspace to help you, but I'm gonna send you this way. And I think we talked. David, we talked more about community shit, which is always good. Like even if you don't want to talk like deck building stuff, and there's something bothering you about like what's happening in the community or whatever, and you want to talk to me, I'm always down. I'm always down to talk that stuff. DMs and stuff are way better to vent out situations than just shoving it onto social media and making yourself look like a jackass.
Oh yeah, yep, like, for sure.
It's okay to make yourself look like a jackass to me because I'll tell you you're a jackass, or I'll explain why we shouldn't think this way, or you can even message me and be like, dude, the shit you said on the podcast yesterday was just not cool. We should talk about it. And it's so much easier talking in a DM about that because it's a way more civil conversation than throwing it out on Twitter and saying just having everybody read it, and people are just gonna say things that trigger people on that. So yeah,
okay, just always feel free to DM any of us. We'll be fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'll be back on Monday with Franco. I'm gonna line up a bunch of podcasts, so we should be good on Mondays coming up, hopefully. But Franco will be back. He's gonna talk all the Pokemon pricing and stuff in Japan and how they dealt with it.
Because what's happening now to us has been happening to Japan apparently for years. So they have kind of a first-hand experience on what's been happening. So, I was talking to Franco about it, and so
we might get
I was like, instead of talking to me,
insight on what is going to happen in the future. So definitely tune in on Monday for that. Make sure you're liking, subscribing this. Go down below, follow everyone on Twitter, follow everything.
Yeah, I know Zach is setting up some giveaways and stuff like that too. So you're gonna have to follow us eventually if you want to win.
Yeah, we're gonna like we're in the works to try to get a giveaway of what is it, Shining Fates. Obviously, everyone knows it's gonna be hard to get your hands on product, so if I can get my hands on product, I'm gonna throw it out to you guys. I think our community is the dopest community. The support you guys have gave me and shown me is just insane. So it's the least I could do is send it out to you guys. So hopefully I get my hands on something, and we'll get that done, because that, like, this month's gonna be fun, guys. We have a lot. We have Shining Fades. We have a bunch of crap going on. So just tune in, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you guys Monday. We out here scooping it up, boys.